we're here, we're back. Let me turn down the inspirational music. I don't know if you saw this today, Tom, or even you probably didn't notice because noticing things is that's not your thing. But if you look up on our camera, I've been adding more Florida scenes to what we do. And then today it made one of our alligators drink an oversized beer.
Okay, all right.
So I just left it in. I was like, I was like, that's really stupid, and it doesn't make any sense. And I didn't even ask for that. So it just gave me that.
Oh, I knew you liked it.
I said Florida scene. And he was like, oh, add a beer. I was like, okay, all right. If that's what you think. I mean, you're right. What if it is because weird. It's my AI, it's like put things that Dan likes in it. Like tomorrow, it'll be an alligator on a scooter holding a beer, with a woman with a big fat ass behind him.
I'm not joking. We were doing some marketing meeting, me and Daniel, this morning, and then we're like, ask fucking AI. And then Daniel was yelling mean as hell to it. He's like, that's a dumb fucking idea, you piece of shit. Well, Give us another one.
I was told to do that. Like, AI people said to stop being nice to it because you're wasting. Well, if you're being mean to it, you're wasting as well. You need to be Tom to it. You need to just ask for what you need. Don't say thank you. Don't say please. Don't say, hey, the last one you did for me was great. That's what I do. I treat it like it's my butt. I conversate it.
Well, you were mean to it. You were yelling at it like it was an intern.
I love hard, hate hard. Love hard, hate hard.
And that made the meeting great for me. Because
you were laughing.
You're bullying the AI and then us giving us stupid ideas. And then
I did say that.
It gave us one decent. I'm like, hey, we could roll with that.
At one point, I was like, I said, your ideas are shit. Get out of my computer.
All
right, buddy.
Yeah, I don't waste.
I'm gonna sit over here. We're doing a show
He's got plenty of time.
You guys don't know we have a guest here, but we can't show the person on camera.
Yeah. We'll explain why.
Yeah. Okay. You start here.
Okay. Yep. This is gonna be next Wednesday, and this is the weird job. So we'll just start it off.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. And 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Hey, come check it out.
We have a guest on the couch. He cannot be shown because of his job, but he's here for a weird job. And it's weird that we've never actually done this weird job because... Are
you sure we've never done this weird job?
No, I don't know.
Okay, I like that.
We've been doing it for a decade.
I like that because in the way that this is how Tom and I do research about things that we've done. Yeah. You'll say, hey, have we done this? And I'll be like, doesn't ring a bell. And you'll be like, 100%. And I feel like that's why I was going to say I love you. I do. I care about you. That's why I love you, man, is that you're reckless a little bit like I am, rough around the edges, and I just think it fits.
Well, I'm doing the math that we've never done this just because first it's a job that it's a popular job, but it's also a job that it's hard for this particular job to go on media because they get scrutinized, and then also in the past 5 years they went through a rough patch.
Go through a rough patch.
They're like, stay away from the media. Then they're back now. So anyway, we'll explain what the job is. But Daniel's got.
Here we go. I'm stuck in this jingle thing. I like making these weird little jingles, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Weird Job Wednesday presents
a police officer.
No, I like that.
What do you think of that? That was
good.
based on fractured fairy tales. Remember fractured fairy tales? I like them like quick. It's like a little Disney kind of thing.
We're just going to refer to this gentleman as Officer Quailman.
Officer Quailman.
How you doing, Officer Quailman?
I'm doing good. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have your mic? No, wrong mic. Hold on. I apologize.
You had to be on a different side of the couch.
Don't tase me, bro.
I like that.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to bully a cop. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I like when someone screams, don't tase me, and you tase them anyway. But that's my favorite.
It's an invitation.
You know, the Florida Gators don't tase me, bro guy was so infamous in the Dennis household. Do you know that me and my wife, if we mess up or do anything, that is like our #1 yelled phrase in our house. I'll just be like, wow, she'll be like lighting me up, and I'll be like, don't tase me, bro. And we still use it.
So, Officer Quailman, and we say Officer Quailman because he's a BDM.
How long have you been with us? I feel like you've been with us a very long time.
I've been paying you guys since 2016, but I've been listening to you guys since you were on the radio.
All right,
Oh.
almost a gold star. You're a gold star
My
next year.
God. Everything has to have levels and numbers. He's giving out gift bags to this person. You're a silver star. You're gold, platinum over here. Secret society.
Oh, how do I get the secret society level?
No, we can't even talk about that yet.
So we say Officer Quailman because Officer Quailman gives us quail eggs at every event that he goes to, and I take the quail eggs home and I look at them and I can't eat them because I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, ew. Even though the chicken eggs are grosser because they are dirty, disgusting animals.
Well, quails might be dirty, disgusting animals.
No,
are
they're
quails
fruit-
nicer?
They're nicer.
Yeah,
Nicer?
yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
cleaner? Would you consider a quail a cleaner fowl
Well,
than a?
yeah, the poop's smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And it's just,
I guess I am cleaner than Shaquille O'Neal.
and they all just come from like a giant chicken factory. They're all stuffed together, disease. You know what I'm saying? Like we're fine with eating those, but the little tiny quail eggs, and they're like, you know, as farm to table as you can get. He raises them in his backyard, and I still look at them like, I can't eat them. Too weak.
I do it with a lot of things. though. A lot of eggs.
yeah.
Eggs are. I'm a traditional egg man. Fish eggs is hard.
So, Officer Quailman, let's start from the beginning. Now, like, I always wondered, could I easily become a cop if I just like, all right, I want to become a cop.
Well, you have
I
the
do?
haircut and dickhead attitude.
I know, I'm a perfect cop, and
mean,
I'm
You got to get the
corrupt.
knife hands.
Yeah. You need some knife hands. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And so much of the evidence is going straight in my pocket. Like, I got everything it takes.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't like to be wrong. You don't take no for an answer.
Yeah. Now the body cam's ruined it though,
Yeah.
because now I can't let anybody go and be cool, and I can't be like, I'll let you off, but you know what you have to do. My one cop got it that one time. He ruined it for everybody.
he did.
Anyway, so can I easily become a cop tomorrow?
So being a cop is the hardest job to get, but it's the easiest job to lose.
Okay.
I feel like that's on a statue at a flea market somewhere. And you're buying like the lamp for your cop friend.
It's got the blue line on it.
Yeah, that says that.
Is it hard just because of the vetting process that all departments have to go through now because of you have to find the right individual, the right personality?
Yeah, and also before you even go into the hiring process, you have to do 770 hours in the state of Florida for the academy.
700 hours.
Yeah.
Now so
That was the original title of that movie with the guy and the boulder.
yeah.
It was
It
excruciating.
was like no one can live this long.
You do want to cut your hands off before you get to the end of it.
Yeah.
So what is involved in the academy?
So the academy, it starts out with your first course is law. So right off the bat, you start doing constitutional law and diving into state statutes. You do defensive all the high liability classes you got to do. So defensive tactics, driving, the range, shooting, and then you get into like CIT, mental health classes.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrea's brother went through the academy and excelled. Like he crushed it, and he loved the process. Like he every day he'd come home like talking about like the shooting or the different aspects of it. He loved it. He thought it was really exciting and really fun.
It is super fun, and going through the course, you get really tight with your classmates, and you get to learn a little bit of responsibility because depending on the class size, you're looking at either 30 to almost 50 cadets in the class.
Do you guys shower like storm ship troopers?
Always men and women together.
Yeah, I've always.
Yeah.
I'm here for equality.
Yeah.
I want everybody equal, and I feel like when people say I feel like one restroom, no doors. I'm here for equality.
One shower head in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Is it a little bit like? Is there anything like Army boot camp? Is like
kind of like you got to show up every morning and do formation, and you get inspected by the squad leaders.
Do they yell at you and do that kind of put you through?
Tom and I
anything rough?
like that. We signed up for an alpha male boot camp. This is our second alpha male boot camp, right? Tom and I, we love them. We can't get enough of these alpha. In fact, we're going to do our own Tom and Dan alpha male boot camp. Details later.
So like the first week is like Shark Week in the Army.
Okay.
Or Shark Day, and there's a little bit of yelling and hurry up, get to where you need to be, But after
You
that,
fat tub of crap.
Yeah. I always heard of a Hell Week, never a Shark Week.
Shark
or Shark Week.
Why
Sorry.
just-
you want a shark.
Oh my God, this guy.
So, now how many people drop out or don't pass the academy? Like, going through that process, is it a high failure rate?
I mean, it's not too bad. My class started out with 42, and we dropped down to 31.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's
More than I thought.
because I would expect that the job of police officer is hard and scrutinized so much that it's not as popular as it used to be, and so they don't have enough recruits.
Comes with
so,
a lot of responsibility and baggage.
Yeah.
That maybe we didn't think about. It was always
Like-
there, but we didn't think about it
No,
years
you
ago.
don't think about
Like,
it.
Sure.
for instance, after 9/11 and even for years after, there were so many firefighters
Getting
like,
free breakfast. I know.
no, but
I say I'm a first responder.
like when my buddy Joe was trying to become a firefighter like 10 years ago, there were like he would apply for a job and he's like, there's 3,000 other people applying for the job. I'm like, 3,000? I'm like, that's insane. He's like, they're picking 2 out of 3,000. I'm like, you're never gonna get a job. Like, that's crazy.
I remember that.
And then it's changed since then. But is that any like are they having a hard time recruiting police
So
officers?
yeah, now we're having a hard time.
Okay.
Like when I got recruited, there were 252 applicants for 5 spots. Since then, it's hard for us to get anywhere close to what we need.
It's almost like
Gotcha.
everyone's on the internet just scrolling, and they don't want to
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have any teachers, we don't have any cops, firefighters.
Well, they don't want to get yelled at by people they don't know. They don't want to worry about getting shot at. They don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody
Or
wants to do
the
it.
paperwork,
or-
too. People don't
Oh,
think
that's
about
the other. I didn't know. I had no understanding of the amount of paperwork when I first signed up.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane.
Is it the most you do?
Yeah. There's an affidavit for everything.
Yeah.
There's something you got to fill out for anything that you do.
Yeah.
It's insane, but everything has to be documented.
Also, if I go to pull someone over, let's say I'm a cop. Right?
You look at that.
I
You
get through
pull
the-
me over, I'm like, oh, God,
I
this
do-
guy's straight and narrow.
I'm like, I pull him over or whatever. I get out of the car, I go up.
Maybe I'm on my scooter.
And then I'm like, and I'm nice. I'm like, hey, because I have no reason not to be nice.
You can
I'm
go, oh,
like-
yeah.
I'm like,
Hey.
license and registration. And he pulls that move or he rolls out his window 1 inch and he's like, sovereign citizen, I do not have to speak to you. No, I do not have to show you anything.
Normally, they don't even talk that much. They just tape it. Have you seen the guy that
Yeah,
tapes it
yeah.
to the window?
Or they just hand you a little packet out through the slit.
I'm not a cop, but I think I would break his window with an ass so fast.
I'm like, I'm going to not only break your window, but I'm going to pull you out of the car and just start hitting you.
And we saw that. We saw that in Jacksonville. That's what happened, right? That guy got pulled
Yeah.
over and he
Yeah.
wasn't really complying, and that's a
I'm going to
mess.
say my body cam broke, and then I'm going to start hitting
That's
you.
a mess. That is a mess.
Well,
Anyway.
they think they're street side lawyers.
Right.
They know
right,
everything.
Right.
And by the way, that makes them mad, right? And by them, I mean you.
It doesn't make you mad. It's irritating.
Yeah.
And it's like you're a dumbass. Like
You're ramping
if
it
you
up.
want to choose this option, then we can go that route.
All right, Quailman. So now that we're loose, I'm gonna start asking a bunch of questions. So I've like the people that say like you have no right to search my car, right? Or like I'm not gonna take this breathalyzer.
Oh, the roadside lawyers. He's
the roadside-
referencing. Yeah.
And then so like
Like CD Sarah in our chat room says, she screams, "I know my rights," and then she says, "But they never know their rights."
No, they don't.
They never.
But also like you don't like if you're like, hey, if Quailman, you pull me over and then you're like, I want to search your car, and then I'm like, no, I do not give you permission. Immediately, I'm thinking, well, now this guy knows I'm guilty.
Yeah.
He knows I got something in my car because that's just, obviously, if I'm like, hey, can I search your car? I'm like, no. And then it's like, that's telling you that there's something in
Yeah,
my
you
car.
and I have always been like, "Sir, have you been drinking tonight?" "No, sir." Like we've always, "You want to search
I've
my
only
car?"
had 2.
Search my car. Go
So-
ahead.
so-
search it up.
Is that, I mean, I know legally it's no admission of guilt. It's your right to say no, but then also I can then bring the dogs and all this other stuff. I'm escalating it. It seems like I'm escalating it. Is that true? What do you think?
It depends. It all depends on the situation. Like like I've been doing this for a while. If somebody says, "I don't want you to search my car," Usually, it's from what I can tell, it's just they don't want their rights violated, and they do know that they have a right to the Fourth Amendment and against searches and seizures. So,
but when they say, I don't want you to start back, oh, there's definitely something in there, right? Why else would you say
I'd
no?
love to see the stat on like the people that say it, because they do want to preserve that right, and I respect that. But then they do search it, and there's like, we found nothing. Like, is it that a lot, or is that a little?
Yeah.
50-50.
It'd be okay. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where that lands.
If I did have nothing in my truck and the guy's like, I want to search your car, like I'd be like, all right, like I would never think to say no.
Honestly,
I'd only say no if I was guilty.
I smoke so much weed, I don't know what's in my car.
yeah. I just say no.
There literally could be an open container in my car right now. I wouldn't even know it.
So going back to the training.
That's not true. It's a joke.
So
Can I search your car?
No, but people get real mad.
Also, if you did have a beer can, like just roll like a White Claw, it just like from
Tracy knows
in your car or whatever, like how much of a big deal is that?
It's not. It's a citation.
Yeah.
And if
now that I know that,
if it does have liquid in it, then it's a citation. Otherwise, it could just be garbage.
And then if it's garbage, if you have an empty can, then
that's why I use a mini vac to dry all my cans while I'm drinking and driving.
Well, it's been in there for weeks.
No, I'll literally hold the can out the window and just use the air from the car to dry it.
So I want to go back to like you graduate the academy and now you're I guess what's the lowest? How many levels of cop like rookie? What do you start off
as? Black belt.
What do you start off as? Like just a street cop?
Yeah. You're just on patrol.
Okay.
You're a boot.
And so when
that's the slang for it, boot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then boots.
I like boots. Walking over Africa.
And you go. Do they put you with someone to learn the ropes and like train with someone first, or is it totally by yourself? Right?
Yeah. No. As soon as you get hired, you go through orientation. Depending on the agency, the orientation is different.
Gilbert, you're with Jelinski. Jelinski, don't you mess up. Right? Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So you get assigned an FTO. You go through 4 phases. First phase is kind of like you're just sitting there, you're taking everything in, and your trainer is showing you what to do.
Because it's a lot.
It is. You go home every day with a headache.
That is the one thing that Andrea's brother said is like he's like the first days on. It's so intense.
And it's 12-hour shifts.
Yeah,
it's 12 hours of that.
So much stuff.
Well, knowing all the state law, and because like you obviously studied in the academy, you take the tests and stuff like that, but then real time, like when you're dealing with someone, you're like, I imagine you're nervous, you're on your first stop, and you pull someone over, and then you have to know you cannot violate someone's rights. Like, and if you do,
I keep my gun out the whole time, just in case.
Yeah.
Just for safety.
I fire one just as soon as you pull over.
When I pull up,
I'm here.
When I pull up to your house, it's domestic violence. I pull up, I let one off, and then I walk up like, what's the problem?
Yeah. It's like, everybody be cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious
here, and I'm new, so just let's start. Just everyone calm the F down.
Yeah. You're pointing, you're shaking.
Can I use your bathroom?
So, I mean, I can imagine it's, nerve-wracking, like, making sure you're doing everything right. And then what happens if you do, by accident, violate someone's rights? Like, how much trouble can you get into? Is there a thing like, hey, I'm sorry, I messed that up? Like, can you say that?
I didn't mean to grope you.
No, I mean, like,
it depends on how far it goes.
Okay.
But if you're an FTO, your trainer's going to step in before you even do anything stupid like that, or at least they should.
So, like, it reminds me of the case in Florida where the guy had a bumper sticker on the back of his truck that said, I eat A. And then
we love that guy.
By the way.
That's our governor, isn't it?
The ass man.
Who does that? By giant bold letters
I
on
was
the back of
actually
his truck?
thinking about getting hit in skins to put it on my car.
My favorite is only gay cops pull me over.
There's a sticker that says that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting that one.
I drive by them and I wave at them.
Fantastic. Only gay cops pull me. That's hilarious. Should we sell one of those that just says Tom and Dan? We should just take credit for that.
So,
that's good.
in that situation, that guy ended up getting arrested, and then it was a big hoopla because technically they shouldn't have got arrested for that, and then he ended up being let go, and this whole thing. I don't know if there was any lawsuit involved in it, but it was like, well, technically there's no law against. He's trying to say profanity.
Most of them, they don't let it in. Most of them do go to some sort of a lawsuit because it's not like people to be cool and be like, okay, we worked it out.
And sometimes it's your interpretation of the law, like you're
right.
You know,
that comes into a huge play is each officer's interpretation of it. Like we do have case law that says exactly what we can do and what we can't.
Right.
But there are a bunch of laws that come into interpretation, and we have arguments about it in read off all the time.
So you're constantly having to like kind of train in different scenarios and talk out these scenarios. Wow.
Yes.
It's a practice that's always changing as laws change, right? Yeah. So it's like just like a doctor, you're practicing, and you're a lawyer, you're practicing law. It's flowing.
It's getting to the point where you almost need to have a PhD in law enforcement because we're mental health counselors, we're lawyers, we're like all these different responsibilities that we have to bear, and the academy does not give you everything that you need. You have to learn all this stuff over time.
They're crazy scenarios. I mean, there was one just downtown, like I want to say like 4 weeks ago, where I would say this is how complicated this scenario is. I'm giving you a complicated scenario example. 2 cops pull up because there's been a roommate fight, and he's talking to one of the roommates. While they're talking to the roommate and just getting his statement, nothing is happening, right? It's a normal, just they had a little dust up, a little shoving. He's talking to one of the roommates. Someone that's not even a part of the crime comes running from another area holding what they thought was a knife, but it was scissors, and starts like charging the cops. So then the cops have to be like, I'm sorry. And then they draw down on the guy because it was just I'm like, how do you even handle that? Like, it's just, there's so much going on there.
And then 5 other people are filming you on his cell phone.
Right.
World star.
And no one's doing anything. No one's helping.
Yeah. How many times have you encountered that lately? Because for the people just filming you on their cell phone.
That's a daily occurrence.
Okay. Yeah. And then how do you feel about that? Because I feel like I'd kick it out of their hands. And I'm like, hit them with your billing.
Well, you're a traditional old school cop. You're this a new character, 1950s cop Tom.
Those were the good days.
I'm breaking everybody's taillight immediately. Over
you
anything.
didn't go to guns immediately, but you did use that billy club excessively, like all the time.
It's an extension of your arm.
Yeah. Any mental illness I run across, I'm like, hit them over the head.
Well, it wouldn't have been mental illness. You'd be like, the idiot, lock up that dumb guy. It was not about like you need to understand.
I was uneducated. I don't know about mental illness. I'm like, this guy's stupid.
This guy's been drinking bleach. Roll him in a gutter.
So if someone legally allowed to film you, and you just have to take it, right, and just go about your day.
Like as long as they're not interfering with the investigation, then they can do whatever they want. They can yell at us, they can scream, they can video us.
Sure,
doesn't matter.
Because there are some people now that try to be the swinging other side of the 180 argument, like when you have like cop watch people and people that are almost out there to like actively. And I'm not anti it really. I hate how they do it sometimes. I understand what the premise of it is.
It's a checks and balance.
It's a checks and balance. I get it.
Are you talking about the Second Amendment auditors?
Yeah.
I love those guys.
But some of them just like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't think you're doing it right. Like I think there's better ways to do it.
They're trying to instigate.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like that. Yeah.
And when you're doing it for social media, that's what
changes it. You're right.
That's what changes. So like
they're turning it into a job.
That
becomes like a career at that point.
There's guys in Florida that will walk around with ARs on their back because now it's open carry or whatever, and they'll be fishing next to some canal that there's no fish, it's all polluted anyway. But they're doing it. They're doing it because it's on a busy street, and they know they're gonna get a bunch of people calling 911. Like, hey, there's 2 guys with ARs on their back. Like, who the hell? Especially in a time where it's like you're afraid there's some sort of shooter or something. Like, of course people are afraid.
Yeah.
And then the cops show up, and then they draw down on them.
Rights,
and then he's like, "This is my right to have this," and technically it is. But it's like the cops are like, "Hey, we got to make sure the society's safe." Like, we had 20 calls about this because there's 2 guys with ARs, and then it's like, it's all they have GoPros because they're filming it for social media, and then it's like, what have you done?
It's not even real at that point.
Yeah. Like, yes.
So that aspect, the stuff that you have to deal with, it isn't even real. is odd. How much has social media or changed your job? Would you say has it ratcheted things up, made it worse, had any effect?
For me, it hasn't had any effect. I do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it.
Gotcha.
But I know there are officers that they're absolutely petrified of saying something wrong, doing something wrong, and it's the body cam dictates that attitude toward of
Right,
them.
right, and that's why it's there. I mean, it is there as a deterrent as well to keep checks and balances.
But there is an element that we screwed ourselves because I've said this before. It helps and then it hurts. And what it does hurt is the ability that I lived through 20 years ago when I was a dumb teen and would get pulled over, or my friends would get pulled over, and the cops like, just get out of here, get home. And then like they're letting you go. Don't like escalate this to ruin this kid's life.
Well, it shackled the be cool, bro.
Yeah, it did shackle it because the cop's like, I cannot let you go because this is all on camera, and if something happens to you, I'll lose my job.
Yeah.
Which you can, as long as you can articulate and justify what you did and why you did it, then you can still do that.
Oh, really?
It's just this younger generation of cops, they don't understand that. They're too scared.
Because they just err on the side of caution because
Well,
it's
then
like,
it
I'm
would
not going
be-
to lose my job for this.
Could I argue this, that in that case, maybe they would have to, I don't want to make it this is too general, but like it's more work. So they'd have to go in, like, if you do something, you will have to justify your actions, which is reasonable.
Like
but they don't want to do that because it's
like
it's hard.
Gone has the time of when you find a little nug in somebody's car and you just throw it into the water and then it's destroyed.
Right.
You now have to take that. You have to generate a report and submit it for destruction.
Right.
Let's talk about the olden days of police work because I remember when I was in high school in the 90s, I went to this girl's house that she threw a party. And it was a gigantic house with a pool, a huge backyard. Party area.
Are you going to admit to a crime? It sounds like he's setting up it's something.
I was like,
I need to get this off my chest.
And I remember I was like, man, this place is nice. And we were like,
Man.
and then one of my friends was like, yeah, her dad's a cop. And I'm like, a cop? Like, how the hell does he live in this mansion with it? And then I was in Miami, I'm like, that was a dirty cop. It's like there was a lot more. It's been
What about that security guard for the Heat? He was a dirty guy.
The one who was stealing stuff.
Yeah, that guy was stealing millions of dollars.
Now, here's the thing, though. You're stealing from drug dealers. Like, you're stealing from crime.
So are you making the argument that you are a Robin Hood, sir?
Well, there's an element of that where it's
I'm
like,
cop Robin Hood.
who is this cop hurting, really? He's taking, like, money that would end up in
But he's
impound.
hurting
or
the sanctity of the job.
Yeah. I guess you're stealing from some cocaine dealer. I don't know, and who knows if what he.
But you're not doing what you're still stealing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you're stealing from.
If you're a thief, what gives you the right to bust other thieves?
Right.
Well,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
a
this guy.
cocaine dealer,
Thankfully,
Quellman.
there's some
That's how I'm
morals in this
justifying
room.
it. Because I got a nice. I'm stealing from the underworld.
Welcome back to Good Cop, Bad Cop. Playing the role of bad cop today is my good friend and business partner, Tom Van. And we have a real cop here, too.
And did that, or am I making that stuff up because I see it in movies, or do you think it happened like if 20, 25 years, 50 years ago when did that stuff? Did you ever hear of that stuff?
It still happens.
Oh, all right.
I mean, you just have that sheriff over in, was it Osceola sheriff who had the underground gambling ring?
Yeah, we want to start an underground casino.
Do it.
Tom and I have been wanting to do that. And then there was another one. They just caught another one. Osceola was the oldest one. There was one in, in Lake now? Or there's another one that just happened. I can't remember where it was, but
How many? Okay, because I have this theory that they're like these underground gambling casinos. They're everywhere. Same thing with like massage parlors. Like, guess what? I would guess 75% of the massage parlors that just have a red massage light and blacked out windows, like there's happy endings going on.
No, I
there.
try them.
And then,
I know for a fact it's closer to 60%.
and everybody knows about it. The cops know, society knows, and it's just something that happens. And the cops are like, I can't bust them all. And then every once in a while, they'll get busted. And then that'll make the news.
Then why do they make it? Why bust any then?
Because they have.
There's a complaint.
Yeah, the complaint, or someone wants to go undercover, like Quailman. He's like, I'll take this one,
I
boss.
gotta get in there.
Yeah. And then when they go for it, I'll report back.
All I need is just them going for it. I don't even need the act.
No, you have to let them go through the whole act, so then the crime is committed.
The crime is
yeah,
committed.
you're undercover officers. Like, you have to smoke the ice.
Now it's a felony.
Yeah. I would be perfect, though, because I will sleep with a Hell's Angel's wife in order to stay in the club.
prove
To stay
the,
in the club, and then I'll murder someone.
So-
Accomplice to murder. I don't know if I could be a trigger man.
So,
I don't
Quailman,
think I have it in me.
how much do the police officers know? Like, yes, there are, crimes going on, but that's a part of society, and we can't bust them all, and that is just that's what happens.
Well, so there's a difference between knowing that there's a crime going on and having evidence that there's a crime going on.
Okay, yeah, because you have to work off the evidence back to,
Yes.
the legal process. That
Like, we show up to scenes and stuff, and it's like, we know something happened here, and we know that there's evidence inside, but we can't prove that there's evidence inside. So the case just gets shut then.
I think that causes a lot of problems in society.
Yeah,
where
the cops aren't doing anything about anything.
Yeah, where you guys are shackled by the law that protects all citizens, but a lot of citizens are confused by that. For instance, I saw a documentary about was it the lady that got murdered out in Utah, and the guy escaped and basically was on the run, and Dog the Bounty Hunter was looking for him.
Oh, yeah.
But during that case, like, they got pulled over for some domestic dispute thing, and only like
Are you talking about Gabby Paletto?
Yeah. And then I guess Gabby.
I forget her name.
Yeah, but it was something like that. And then
Brian Laundrie is the
Brian
gentleman.
Laundrie. And then the cops had it on body cam when they pulled him over, and she admitted that she hit him, even though it seems like, even in the body cam footage, that it's like this guy was abusive or whatever. But all the cops had to go on was the testimony.
Oh, that
of
happens all the time on Patrol Live. They have like, we got to take somebody.
Those are great scenes that they show on that show.
Oh, really? Like, yeah, I enjoy it. It can be a little intense sometimes, a little much.
Society was like, what do you mean? Of course that she was afraid or whatever. But then it's like the cops can only do what by the letter of the evidence is happening. Like, yes, they probably knew, and everybody watching it probably knew that the reality of what's going on. But you can't go by speculation. You got to go by only facts. And that's what keeps us safe, and also that keeps the rules of the law, and so a lot of people get confused. But like, oh, well, they should have known, and they should have done something, and it's like, well, they're literally handcuffed by the actuality of only going by the evidence, right? And that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
Especially now that there's cameras on you, I mean, you can't even, not that you would tamper with anything, that's not what I'm saying, but the ultimate be cool bro of working it out, the human aspect of that.
That's gone.
It's gone because now it's like.
Yeah, it's got to be like a computer.
Yeah.
Almost. So I want to ask you about a couple things. So I've seen a lot of kids riding Sur-on dirt bikes around the streets.
We have a gang involved.
Yeah,
I'm mad at them, but not for the reason people think. I'm mad at them because they're gonna get really, really hurt, man.
Well, that's your own. Listen, that's on them.
That's Darwinism.
I hate it though. God, I hate when I see it and they're wheeling, or they're gonna hurt some old granny around here. And just run over some
Well, the
old
sad
lady.
thing is that their parents haven't taught them that this is not an acceptable thing to do.
Well,
That's what the real problem is.
If they're riding around, I like it. I like it.
Blowing through stop signs is not something I can ever say I like. But hey, if you want to raise your kids that way, that's on you.
But I'm also confused by it because I remember a time when I used to ride dirt bikes and stuff, like four-wheelers, dirt bikes. You couldn't get away with riding them on the street. My brother was riding his dirt bike in Deltona on the streets and got a ticket. It ended up escalating. He never paid it. He got a warrant out for his arrest or whatever. Ask the fans. But it was always like, man, you like, if a cop sees you riding an off-road vehicle or like a motorized vehicle that's not registered on the streets, like, you're gonna get pulled over immediately. And that's why I was so confused when my buddy Turkey Lake rides his Sur-on around Miami. And I've talked about it
They're
multiple
all
times.
over here.
But so what is
There's
your
Sur-ons
take?
with no helmet all over the place.
Like if someone's riding a Suron on the street and they're obeying traffic rules, like stop. I saw some kid literally yesterday. He stopped at the stoplight and went and he rode in front of me.
Oh yeah, there's great kids, but there's also a pack of animals.
But he doesn't have a tag, and I'm like, he doesn't look like he's afraid at all about getting pulled over by the cops, and it doesn't seem like the cops care. And I'm like, this is interesting.
Not around here, they don't.
Is it like nowadays, or you're just like whatever?
It depends. Like these kids are, some of them, they do stop. They're doing what they're supposed to do. However, they are riding an illegal vehicle on the roadway. So if it's an electric, like dirt bike style, and it's just got the pegs, it doesn't have any way to use human power.
Yeah.
You can't ride that on the road.
Yeah. But it seems like they are.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, like I'm not going to mess with you. If you start doing something stupid, then I'm going to, I'm going to talk to you. It's not going to be an official thing. But if you start being an ass, then it's going to turn into an official
It's
thing.
a big deal now.
If you're wheeling or acting reckless, you're like, hey, you could hurt someone. But if you're obeying the laws, then you're like, whatever. Like, so Turkey Leg's right.
I mean, I don't
I'm
have a
getting
problem.
one
If they obey the laws, I have no problem with it. These guys aren't, and it's a bigger problem than we think. And old Chitwood over in Volusia County, he's the one spearheading right now. He's trying to change the law on electric bikes and Surons. He wants to shut them all down. Like, because he had the kid on the first day of school was riding a Suron to school, and I guess he hit a car and almost lost his leg. Like he almost died.
Well, the other thing too is these kids are riding around. They got their headphones on. They can't hear what's going on, and they're just doing whatever they want to.
That's the scooter gang, and they wear over the ear headphones, like noise canceling. I'm like, wowie.
Yeah, they have no idea what their surroundings are.
It's also
sounds fun.
I mean, they're riding a motorcycle. Like
I've never thought to put my Apple Air Max on and ride my scooter around. It might be awesome, but
in a completely different world.
Really dangerous.
There's no way in hell I'd let my sons ride a motorcycle on the streets, just because it's people aren't paying attention. Like they're looking at their phones. You're gonna kill you for sure.
That kid almost died.
Like
that's why
highest...
Chitwood has made it. He's made it like that every morning when I'm watching the news. Chitwood's on there talking about, and they're actively trying to change the laws because people can't be cool, bro. If you guys just mind and be cool, you won't get it taken away. But they're coming for your electric bikes.
I was on a scene. It was a crash scene, and the subject was on an electric style vehicle. Had their headphones on, wasn't paying attention to anything, just made an immediate left turn into traffic and got struck by a car. And her skull was imprinted on the windshield, and there was hair and skin material inside the windshield. And it's like, you could have died because you weren't paying attention.
Speaking of that, how much atrocity are you exposed to? Because my buddy is a firefighter, or as the cops call them, hose draggers.
I never heard that before. Hose dragger.
He often is exposed to horrible things that I'm like, people burned, just the worst. He's told
me some stories.
And death and things like that. And I'm like, man, that's a part of the job that's rough that I think.
That is something that they also don't talk about in the academy.
Yeah. That sticks with you. Like I've seen people die before in car accidents, and one in particular, and then it's still like in the back of my mind. It haunted me for like a month after I saw it. It's still like it traumatizes you, and it's hard to eat your Cheerios.
You told me it was
morning.
like the movie Crash for you. Didn't you say it was like the movie Crash?
It was. It's rough to deal with. So how do you compartmentalize that?
I don't have a good answer for that. My wife's been telling me for years I need to go to a counselor and talk to people because I've seen horrific things.
Yeah.
I've had to deal with infant fatalities that were the same age as my daughters. Like,
God.
It's brutal, and I don't have a good answer for it.
You just have to
you just have to deal with it.
Put it in a compartment, and probably maybe when you're done with this, you can, or maybe you don't have to. I don't know.
I don't have the answer for that. I'm sure somebody does.
But you like your job though.
Yes.
I mean, you love your job, and you obviously value helping people.
Yeah.
So That's cool.
What's the hours like? Is it where the longer you're a police officer, the better shifts you get? Like, do you get the worst ones at the beginning, kind of like everybody's job?
It depends on if your agency still values seniority.
Okay. Oh, so some don't.
Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh man, that would have been.
You're like,
Oh,
you're getting like, what is the best shift?
I've been working here 40 years. They got me on the night.
Like,
I've seen it done.
Man.
And does it change all the time? Do you work weekends sometimes and not other times? And like, is there any 9 to 5 type of like optimal?
There are some 9 to 5 gigs at different police agencies. The normal patrol schedule in most of Central Florida is 12-hour shifts. You work 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 3 days off.
Okay, why do they stagger it like that?
The math just works out.
Okay.
Tom loves math.
Yeah. So every other weekend you have 3 days off, but that means every other weekend you have 3 days on.
Gotcha. All right. And then like for you, I'd imagine like overnights, like you'll see the craziest things, but there's a lot of slow time. You know,
Yeah.
like 4 a.m, like most people are asleep.
Yeah, but
and
you do see a topless homeless. You know, like falling out of a dumpster or
so
something
when-
crazy.
You got teas hanging out everywhere.
Yeah. You got booty juice on you and
So
stuff.
what's
you know?
the best shifts and the worst shifts?
So it all depends on what you like. Like night shift is super fun.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about running into admin that you don't like or that you have beef with.
What does that mean, admin?
Administration.
Oh,
So
okay.
like lieutenants, captains, majors.
Because they're all at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're on the office job basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do the 9 to 5 thing.
Okay.
Because they're weak and fat.
I know.
I know. I was falling into character. Sorry, I was falling into character. I thought we were bros.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Yeah, we're going out for some Rolling Rocks after this.
So night
bros.
shift, but you run into more crazy things at night.
Oh,
right?
oh yeah. It gets weird.
So and how does that work as far as like when you're on patrol? Are you told where to go? Do you just
Everyone's making fun of you for not knowing what administration is.
I know it.
The whole chat room.
Do you have a gun? Oh, shoot those TVs.
That would be awesome. That's what we need to do.
You got to do a desk pop.
Now that is a clip for Melissa. If you had grabbed his service revolver and shot our TV, and I'm like, and then I turned off the camera, that would have been amazing.
I know what admin. I don't know. And
Oh,
the
that
reference he's mentioned, don't run to admin. I was like, well, what exactly?
Well, use logic. I mean, you always
yeah,
say
but it could mean a lot of different things. Anyway, I guess
It can't be.
what if he's the boss? I don't know. Anyway, so
That was an all-time low there. So.
It's like BC.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. I didn't know it, but I knew. I
it was
agreed with him,
AD.
though.
I screwed up. It was AD.
And
when
I
was
agreed
thinking
with
of-
him.
It meant like add dominoes or something.
Dominoes, mother.
It was not PC. Anyway,
Follow him to hell.
so I forgot my damn question.
Oh my God, the Tylenol! It's
So-
oh God! I told you to try Advil. I begged you.
So day shift has its perks.
Okay.
It's very conducive to family life. But then all the negatives are like you deal with all the BS calls,
Yeah.
shoplifting, arguments. My neighbor said this. My neighbor did
I
that.
don't know, shoplifting. You could cut I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut your bra off, man.
I've seen the videos.
Yeah,
You sit there.
shoplifting. Let's pause.
Yeah, like, okay, all right, now you know what to do.
I mean, no offense.
The
I'm not.
cheeks.
I'm
If you
not,
don't want a record,
No
Yeah,
offense, but it's the only word you've said since you've been here that I found interesting. Is
Yeah.
shoplifting. It made me horny.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And sometimes the mom gets involved.
Oh, she's got. I like that.
Yeah.
And then they're both sitting there, and you're. But why keep your tie on?
so they know that you're all about business.
Okay, all right.
Quailman knows.
Yeah, Quailman does know.
So what are the worst calls that you get? And I know, like, every once in a while we'll see some news story about someone called the cops because they didn't get barbecue sauce and the nugget order.
Well, that's mental illness, right?
No, I know.
Yeah, it is mental illness.
So how many, like, out of percentage-wise, how many BS calls do you show up to that you are like, the police didn't need to be called for this?
Ooh, well, dispatch has to kind of weed that out too, right? Or no?
Yes, but
Oh, they don't?
No, excuse me.
Yeah,
They're just
you're right.
passing it along.
I think I pass it along too. I'm with dispatch. I would just send you out
Because
there.
here they can get in trouble if they don't pass it along. So just like the rookie cops, the Gen Zs, they're like, I just gotta do it because that's the if I don't do it and then it goes back to me, I can lose my job. So then it's a bunch of waste
This
of
is
time.
one of the more complicated jobs we've talked about.
Yeah.
I think as far as red tape.
Yeah, I would say that 75% of the calls that you go on to, at least in the daytime, is just adults not knowing how to adult. And
Acting like babies.
Yeah, they need a mediator with a gun to come in and explain things.
And
It's disappointing.
You gotta
It is.
Yeah. That's when you start hitting them with the butt.
You should be allowed. I feel like you should be allowed. If you get there and they're just arguing, like what happened with those cops downtown, it was like roommates arguing. I'm like, if you get there and they're like, we were shoving each other, like I should stand up, come over here, and I get to whack you one time in the head with my billy club.
All right, before we run out of time, have you ever tased someone in active duty?
So my first instinct is to always go hands on. If there's not a weapon
You're a
involved,
Dog the Bounty Hunter, guys.
Skin on skin.
Yeah, my wife says that now.
well,
We're
because
like,
if you use the taser, it's a use of force.
And then you have to.
That's more paperwork.
A lot of paperwork, and then confetti comes out where it shows what officer shot it out. And like, oh, confetti,
I
pick
didn't
it up.
know that.
And depending
I didn't know
on
that.
how hands-on you go, you can articulate that it was just a assist or like there wasn't any actual physical violence that you did.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's a way. And how have you ever had to discharge your firearm?
No, I came close a couple of times.
Is that rare? Because I feel like most people think that like most cops have shot either a person or discharged their firearm, and I think it's more rare than the public thinks.
Yeah, no,
right?
you have more use of force for hands-on activity than you do with firing your firearm.
Gotcha. So it's usually, and now, if you're wrestling someone, have you ever had a situation where you thought you were being overtaken and you're like, oh my God, like, because you have to worry about them grabbing your gun and stuff like that is a huge problem, right?
That always has to be in the back of your head that, if where are their hands in relationship to my weapons? And you have to control those hands. But most of the time, I'm very fortunate, and most agencies inside Central Florida are very fortunate that they're back up 30 seconds out.
Right, it's quick.
And so that 30-second fight is going to feel long, but then next thing you know, you get to take a little bit of a break because now your buddy's here and they're helping you.
Gotcha. Do you have to wear a bulletproof vest? Is that part of
That's policy, yeah.
Okay, so
I wouldn't do it. I'd be like hockey, no mask.
I mean,
well, I'd be like, oh, this thing's so hot and uncomfortable.
No,
like,
I would rub it. I'd walk around everybody else. I'd be like, what are you, scared?
Yeah. And I would be like,
No, I would not do that. I would wear I'd wear a head-to-toe vest.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, most likely they're going to shoot me in the head anyway. This is a whole waste of time.
no, they can't aim. They're
No.
always-
Yeah. You're right. So
Number
one weapon you see. Is it a knife, scissors, something like that?
knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, bladed objects.
Always knives.
do you ever run?
Knives are disgusting and cause a lot of damage.
They can inflict self-harm too.
Yeah.
You're just wielding it and you end up slicing your own arm.
Just acting crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that a lot on Live PD where guys will have a knife out and they'll just be yelling crazy, but they end up cutting themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're just acting nuts.
And number one call like that's serious as domestic violence or things like that.
Yeah,
domestic.
that's the number one call that we go to, and it's also the most volatile call
For
that
you.
we go to.
It's the most dangerous for you,
Yeah, because a
right?
lot of
Yeah.
people, they'll claim domestic violence, and it's just to ambush us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they'll as a trap. They'll.
We just had one in Orange County a couple months ago.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. I remember that. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every car you walk up to, you have the risk of like a crazy person with shooting you, right?
Yeah. You don't even have to be pulling over the car. I had buddies. They were on their way to a call, and this car in front of them thought that the cops were following him, and he got out at a red light and charged my buddies, and they had to draw down on him, and then he ended up one of them tackled him.
my God.
But it was just a random occurrence.
You gotta have balls to try and get ahead of the problem and
Well-
just be like, oh, the cops are here. All right, I'm charging them.
Well, I feel like every police officer, I'm sure Quailman, you'll agree, has to deal with mental illness on a weekly basis, if not
Daily.
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 Yeah.
Like you guys are the first responders to mental illness in our society, which there's a lot of.
There is a lot, and that needs to be addressed.
And let's end
Well, I'm
with
not
this.
doing it.
I'm putting my head in the sand and gun in the air.
That's our shirt. Head of the sand, gun in the air. Tom and Dick.
Last question: what's the annual salary of a cop? Roundabout.
I think in this area, I want to say it's at like 62.
Not enough for the hassle.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
man.
even close.
Not enough. We've had teacher and cop on, and it's like you guys are not getting enough dough.
You don't do it for the money.
God, those
Right.
those hose draggers, they're making bank.
Yeah.
You know what? And so I did not know this when I became a cop, is that SWAT teams, they recruit firefighters to be SWAT medics. So you can have the whole fun of sitting in a lazy boy and dragging hoses and then still get to carry a gun and play pew-pew.
Oh, that's the
that guy.
Yeah.
So SWAT medic is what we're looking for.
That is the creme de la creme.
I mean, if you know one, like, let's talk to SWAT. Because I figured we could do cop a little longer. This was fun.
Yeah. It was fun. Well, Quailman,
Hey,
we
thank
ran
you,
out of
man.
time.
Yeah,
It's
very
anytime.
cool.
Thank you.
We owe him to next time he gives us eggs. We owe him to eat one on the air.
I know.
I'll have my daughter cook them because she's obsessed with
yeah.
making her own scrambled eggs. I'll have Maisie scramble us some quail eggs. I'll bring them over here. We'll eat them live on the air.
That's a
I'll
deal.
bring you the little scissors.
Because now I feel like a baby.
I know, man. I know.
But
Yeah.
you're right. It seems gross, right? It sounds like a booger snot.
You're like, what is this? It's too tiny.
Hey, thank you again, man.
Yeah, anytime you guys want.
All right, we will see you tomorrow.